That's fine. If something blows up, we'll figure it out, right? Hi everyone, hello, hello. Let me know if everything sounds good, okay? And I forgot to turn on some. I need my tablet. There we go. But hello everyone. Sounds fine? Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good, sounds good. Hopefully not less scuffed today. Maybe. I don't know. This week has been hectic, to say the least. Oh, music's loud? Let me see. Music ad is about there. I'm there. Yeah, it should be fine. Lumen Aetherward, hello, welcome in. And hello, everyone in chat. How are you guys today? Today is 4/13. I'm Sun, your local former ham steak appreciator. Today's Homestuck Day. You guys know what a Homestuck is? Is that already a relic long in the past that no one knows about these days? The kids don't know what it is? I don't know. But I feel like I have dedicated too much of my life to Homestuck, and so it doesn't feel right that I don't celebrate Homestuck Day on Homestuck Day, which is today. Hello. No, I do not. Oh, Meta, you don't know Homestuck? Yes, it is a web comic created. Where's my pen? It is a web comic. It started out as sort of like a forum posty style, choose your own adventure story, but it was published as a web comic later on, adapted, you could say, to have more control over the story by Andrew Hussey, who is the writer and artist. And most people know it tangentially because one of the musicians who worked on it is the creator of Undertale, Toby Fox. Something Undertale connections, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let's think about it as the roundabout way that because of Homestuck, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let's connect that. I mean, look at my username. Honestly, that is what your username reminded me of. Absurdist Scribbler, the two-part usernames that like the Homestuck characters have. I like it. Picasso, I like it. And a hydrate, I can do that. A small context for people who are just coming in, who are here at the beginning. My teeth hurt. Bad thing happened to my teeth on Tuesday, and now everything hurt. I also just realized that this doesn't... Oh, my little title thing doesn't have the brackets. That's fine. I'll have to make do with that. Someone I'm off for called me out for my first chat with that style of name. Sorry about your teethers. It's okay. Honestly, it's my own undoing. And now I have to wait 3 weeks at minimum before I can get something done to them. Maybe, at best. Maybe more than 3 weeks before I can actually get them fixed. Guess you'll be needing more oatmeal than usual. Actually, soft foods are making it worse. I'm sorry if people don't like hearing about teeth things, but let's just say that there is a fourth of my tooth missing, and it's kind of easy for food to get stuck in it. So that's what's going on in my life right now, and everything hurts. Oh, thank you for the get well soon. Oh. But yeah, so it's okay. I actually lost 2 days this week. The past 2 days, oh, thank you for the oatmeal. The past 2 days, I was in such pain that I lost 2 days of work because I got home, passed out for like 5 to 6 hours, opened up my phone to play Dislight, which Markiplier is in, like he's like in the game, and then I passed out again, and I was just waking up in intervals to take painkillers and play gacha games. I'm okay now, more or less, but once in a while I'll eat something or I'll move my mouth in a certain way that just touches a nerve in my tooth, and then I just go, ah, really loud. Kind of involuntary. Water pick. The water pick, as much as I would love to have it, will probably slice off my tooth at this point. But enough about my teeth for now. Let's talk Homestuck, which is to say I won't be talking much about Homestuck because I have chunks of memories of it, but I will be doodling it. I have a Homestuck Sona. I can eat warm and cool things, but hot and cold I had to just be careful with. Play a horror game, it'll blend right in. Oh gosh. Playing a horror game so that you guys can't hear me shout if I drink water wrong. That would be funny though. I was thinking about what to play today, or do today, either between drawing or playing like a sort of easy game, but I don't know if getting too lost in an easy game would just make it easier to focus on my teeth. So we're gonna draw my Homestuck Sona, maybe rig something today. I don't know. Let's find out. We're listening to Homestuck music live. Arm wrestling. The entire half of my face, my jaw hurts. I don't know. So this is like... I was asleep for the past 2 days, basically. I have so much work to get caught up on. But I have to see how talking is gonna do for me. I feel okay. I'll hopefully be okay. But if I just quiet down midstream, you have your explanation as to why. And thank you guys for coming in here. Thank you for spending your precious 413 day with me, son. Homestuck appreciator. But how are you guys? What are you guys up to? I gotta pull up reference of my own character. And thank you for getting the lights. Where is he? I gotta put him up in the corner. It's him. Oh, there. It's the boy. I had to drop into stats. Intro stats. I had to drop intro stats. That is not a sentence that means anything to me, and I'm sorry. But I hope it was a good drop and not like you fumbled and you dropped them like in football. I'm trying to figure out a new samurai glamour in 14, huh? I'm so mad that you finished all the beast tribes. You make it look so easy. I'm behind. I haven't logged into 14 in a while. Also, excuse me, I'm about to move my mic. Ugh. There. Yeah, I haven't done much the last 2 days. Well, besides playing gacha games, which I got back into Dislight, if only because Markiplier is in it and Chica is one of his patches, and I think it's the funniest thing ever that like every once in a while he just talks to you, and he's been isekai because he's like, I don't know how I got here, but hey, do you want like game tips? And that is why I downloaded it again. I mean, it did take me like a year to do them all. Still, that's impressive. Well, the fact that this is like, what, like a decade's worth of content that you've compressed into a year? Hope your teeth feel all better soon. At minimum, it'll feel better next month, hopefully. If I get the call and that they've approved that they can take out the problem to teeth. So, okay, so here's the thing, right? One of the main reasons I'm having such problem is because a tooth is growing in and it's hitting the other tooth, and that's what's the problem. I already had all my 4 wisdom teeth taken out. This is a 5th wisdom tooth that's growing in. that my dentist didn't tell me I had. My old dentist failed to inform me that there was another tooth in my skull that would take 3 years to grow in. So that's that. And I have to get this new tooth and the impacted tooth out at the same time. But my insurance needs to approve that first. So I don't know how long I have to wait for that. And so it's just gonna be in my head, in my mouth, bothering me until someone says, yes, please take these 2 unnecessary teeth out of his mouth. Yeah, Markiplier got isekai'd. Introductory stats. Oh, introductory stats. Ah. I had to drop because of a calculator malfunction during a test, but it's okay, because I'm acing chem. Well, as long as you're doing good, and it's not to worry about. It's the Choom Slayer tooth. It doesn't die. I no longer have that old dentist. I got a new dentist, and then the dentist closed their office. So now I have a new dentist. And because this is my first time going to the dentist, they don't have anything approved for me or my insurance that I recently changed. So I just have to... I don't know how it works. And thank you for the hydrate. I don't see the dentist any more than I have to by necessary, and so I don't know how anything works. I just kind of let them... I trust that they know what they're doing. I can finally make a sun stream! Woo! Hi, Visk! Hello, hello! Welcome into stream on Homestuck Day. What's your favorite Homestuck? And if you don't know Homestuck, pick one anyway. I'm starting to doodle something, but there is something I'm gonna take inspiration from. And it is the fact that Homestuck does have, like, talk sprites in them. Talk. Right. I've never had a single cavity. I'm grateful. Be grateful for that. I do my best to take care of my teeth. Of course, that's not always the only solution. I like trolls in general. I don't know anything about Homestuck. That's honestly fair. That's sort of like if you missed it, you missed it. Especially if you weren't in the fandom as it was going on. Because it's a very different climate now. Because there's other spin-offs, like all the fandoms and live reactions to the updates have already passed. You know, so it was an interesting time. Definitely. And so when you kind of when I get around to explaining, like, what was Homestuck to people who weren't around for it, there's just like a lot. It's like it was a multimedia project, basically. That's what I gather from anytime anyone starts talking about it. It kind of started as like a choose your own adventure style comic, and it evolved into like little mini games, spin-offs, music projects, animations, fan works especially. And so it's just a lot of stuff. And there was a lot of hype whenever there was like a big update and you knew that the next update was going to be an animation. Because the creator just put a lot into producing all of those. Made a singular attempt to read Homestuck in high school and couldn't figure it out. I joined in the middle. I did... is the middle right? I don't know. I'll admit, I didn't concisely finish Homestuck. I had a roommate who finished Homestuck, and so I kind of read it over their shoulder, but I myself did not finish Homestuck while I was still in the Homestuck fandom. I remember the choose your own adventure stuff didn't go further than that. And there's like a lot of references, there's a lot of little this and that's that are very precious moments to the fandom, to the fan base. It is a bit hard to explain. Especially when I think, like, everyone has a different thing that they took away from it. Especially if you have a hard time reading certain font text styles and color choices. Did I get really good at reading like leet speak and typing quirks that they had in, you know, cyan blue on gray text? I got really good at reading hard to read stuff. But I know that is a reason a couple of people I know didn't get into it. It was just hard to read the longer expositions. Always sounded like it meant a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Yeah. Unsealed body paint and the fan works aside kind of look fun from someone from not in the fandom. That was definitely something that I was really proud of as someone in the as someone who doesn't claim to be in a lot of fandoms. Like, I don't usually tend to get into fandoms very often. Homestuck was one that was very, like, yeah, it had the ups and downs, but the fan work, oh gosh. Did people make the most, like, amazing things for this fandom? Gonna be 100% honest, kids in high school made me hate everything Undertale because they wouldn't talk about it non-stop. That's definitely an Undertale problem. Not to say I don't think that a Homestuck didn't have its fair share of people like that either, but I feel like because people were really into Homestuck post the project, a lot of the people who came in going, oh, there's a new project with the same feel as by the musician composer of Undertale. It's called, or Homestuck, it's called Undertale. It has all these references. This song that was in Ascend, that's Megalovania. And that kind of stuff. I didn't get into Undertale till, like, maybe, like, a couple years after it was already out. I didn't know it. I thought it was a Homestuck spinoff. Which I'm not too wrong about that, but what was it? I, luckily for me, was not around people. I wasn't in school when Undertale came around. I was still in school when Homestuck was about. And so I did have people I would literally show up to class with and go, "Hey, did you read the update?" I'm here, leave a quick fart, BRB later. Hi Petra, bye Petra. Is your hoodie a Homestuck reference? It's not. It might as well be. It kind of looks like it could be, but it is just a generic hoodie with a symbol in the middle. I don't think I referenced anything in particular with my design. Not consciously, at least. And definitely not Homestuck. That's probably the last thing I would have consciously referenced from. Oh. Wow. I'll be like a scan. I did have a troll Sona back in the day because I like making Sonas for fandoms with very consistent traits to their characters, and so it would be very easy to make a character that fits those rules, if that makes sense. Like the trolls in Homestuck, they have these horns that are orange with multicolored stripes. They have gray skin. They each have a blood type cast. The color of the blood is determined by, I guess, like their birth, and that sort of determines their social status in their world, and they were all raised by these creatures and that kind of stuff. So it was very fun to make like your own troll that followed these rules, basically. The trolls didn't have ears, actually. I don't know why I drew them in the other... Do they not? Wait. How did I sketch them then? I guess they don't. Oh, there is one that does. I can't remember. Ah! Does anyone have ears in Homestuck? The humans do, at the very least. I think they do. Hold on. I'm being gaslit. You wait. Humans. Homestuck. So their actual sprites don't, but they do have ears. When you see the characters, in their typical appearance, they're like these little oval guys that are like 2 heads tall. They don't have ears there, but they do have other appearances because the style isn't exactly consistent in Homestuck. There's like a bunch of different art styles that you kind of see throughout. So, artistically, most do or don't have ears. I just can't remember if the trolls actually do or not. Mind you, I haven't read any Homestuck, so any assumptions I have are most assuredly wrong. Honestly, there's a lot of headcanon appearances for the trolls. I've seen some where they do have ears, they don't have ears. I don't see why they can't. Okay, wait, I found a picture of one of the, cutscenes. They do have ears here. They are, like, human-ish ears, but some are more pointed than others. If you can kind of see where I'm highlighting here, that's what they look like a lot of the time, where their hair is sort of covering it. And is TTS not working? I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me refresh that. And I'll fund that for you. Did it go through? Do you not see it? Refund it? Okay, thank you.
POG Online Poggers.
Okay, that should work. Sorry, I had to refresh that. But yeah, it looks like they do have ears. And this is sort of like what they look like, so it's kind of hard to tell in some of the art. But they do. I wasn't wrong. But I'm gonna make it less apparent. I don't know where I got this pointed ear one from. Huh. Anyhow, bye-bye. Have a good day, Meta. Thank you for coming in. Because pointed ears are fun. I do like drawing pointed ears. It's why elves are so popular. What was that? Who was talking about this? One of the goofballs or something. Was it Mr. Manager? Was talking about how, like, yeah, when you're a kid, like, you want to be an elf from Lord of the Rings, but nowadays, at my age, I want to be a hobbit. And he turns to me and goes like, what about you, son? And I go, I would still want to be an elf. Give me their special eyes, because my eyesight by default is shit. Give me their special eyes that they can just see across the earth like it's flat. Also, I want to be tall. I want to draw a bow and arrow and ride like a deer or something. I don't know. I've never fully watched Lord of the Rings. That's all I know. I met a Thranduil cosplayer once, and he was very tall, and I thought, yeah, I want to be tall. Nope, never happened. Never wanted to be an elf. Elves they're cool. They're tall and beautiful, have long hair usually. How do they draw the top sprites with... I want to see if their eyes are just drawn over their hair or not. I recently posted my first fic on AO3. What was it for? Tell me all about it. Elves are cool, yeah. They're like elegant, you know? Were there no characters that had their hair covering their eyes? I guess not. Ooh, Persona. Well, spill the beans. What were the tags? But I'm glad for you. Yeah. Oh, is it just like a one-off, or is it something that you're gonna like continue to write off of? I love reading fanfics. I guess none of the characters have their hair actually covering their eyes. Never thought about that. Protag Makoto, shared dream, low confession, self-indulgent. Ooh. Granted, the only reason I never liked elves was because my brother liked them. And as a kid, I had to be different than him. Oh, that's fair, honestly. What did he pick then? If your brother was the elf, what was your go-to then? To be like, well, actually, this is cooler than elves. Trolls. Real sibling mood. I was an only fox growing up, but I have many sibling friends, and this is the energy I get from them. I realize, this is the shared experience. I may or may not have been like giggly inspired by a certain scene from Ruby. I see. I've written fanfics. I've written many fanfics. I have never published them online though, because I've always written them for friends and went, yeah, I'm never gonna post this. There's a lot of angsty fanfic saved to my drive that will never see the light of day. A lot of really long fanfics. There's a Dr. AU somewhere. That was one of the reasons I never posted them, because they're like AUs that I'm like, I don't want to post this online and have people fact check me for this kind of stuff. I can't believe Sun has a terabyte's worth of goopballs and preg fanfiction. Shush, don't expose me. But I do, what was it? Like this fic that I wrote for a friend for a sort of fandom that we were in, and they went, I could you write me this fic so that when I work at my summer job, I have something to do while I'm on break? I go, yeah, I have nothing better to do. So I wrote a 30 to 40 chapter fanfic for my friend based on a Dr. AU. Quintus, hello. That exists somewhere. That is one of the many things I've written. That was the longest thing I've probably written. Longest thing to completion. I heard someone got his teeth hurt. Just passing by to see if everything's okay. Everything's okay for now. Thank you for checking in on me. I'll tell you what. If the pain from the first 2 days continued, I probably wouldn't... I'd find a way to do it. Because it's okay now. First day, I felt the pain. I couldn't smile. It's like something about moving my mouth in a certain way just like absolutely pulled on my nerves. And I couldn't. Uh, all the things Sun has created, that sure is one of them. I had a lot of those except for Fallout, Zoids, and Gundam, except they're in notebooks, so I don't know where I saw them last, so they're out there somewhere. I definitely have a lot of written works that aren't, like, transcripted into computer that I would like to find, because I feel like younger me was, like, just an unhinged writer, and I miss that. I miss, like, waking up in the middle, like, midnight to be like, I have a story idea, and just writing down these, like, pages of story. And here's the thing, I have enough content of that to never have to write again. I have so much backlog stuff. I should get around to doing something with some of those someday. Son, how's my favorite Kumio Fox boy? Hi, Vulture! My bones hurt! The best moment to post memes until you die from laughter. It's always fun going back to see your past works and going, who did this? Who was I? I literally do that. I literally have, like, old, like, Word documents or Google Docs where I'll narrate to myself. I literally have written on the top, like, son, you don't understand. I don't know what drove me to write this, but I'm sorry. Also, like, I went back and read this at some other time, and this is for future me, like this and that. I'll write stuff to myself. Like, why? So you have to stop waking up at 2 a.m. to write these. I've completed writing 100% speedrun. I go back to read the fic I just posted and go, damn, this is fire. Who wrote this? This pertains directly to my interests. I wish I wrote more fanfiction. A lot of the fandoms which I read fanfictions for, I don't know enough or I don't have enough inspiration to write my own, which is why I read other people's fics and then complain why can't I find the exact fic that I need when I could just write it myself. But I don't know enough to be like, yeah, I know exactly what I want in this part for every detail. I'm gonna skim my own work. Give it to me. They can't hurt if you don't have them. That's true. I'm literally waiting for an appointment to get these bones removed. The bones are in my mouth and they're my teeth. My teeth hurty and I no longer wish for them, but my insurance has to say yes first. Bone be gone. I need to write more stuff in general. Generally stories, but from my writing in chat, you can see it's not my best talent. No, I think that's okay. Honestly, there are some things that I've read that were not written in English as the first language. Like, they were translated by someone else. They had help, correcting it grammatically. You could do it. I believe in you. Let's have a stream where we just write fan fiction for a day, and then we all promise to post it. Ideas and proper grammar, two different things. Yeah. If you have the inspiration for it, you go and write it, and then you can always fix it later. I go on AO3 and filter out all under 10k word fics. So yeah, I'm picky. It depends. It depends on what I'm going for. So, fun fact, teeth aren't bones. They're attached to my bones. No, it's above. Oh, like, I was reading it as, like, you filter out the under 10k. Like, you don't read anything under 10k. So you don't read anything above 10k. I'm the opposite. I have a very distinct core memory of being in college. And in one of my courses, I have to read a book. This was like a literature course. And it was like this 500-page book. And I said, oh, I have like 2 weeks to read this. I don't know if I have enough time. Like, I'll definitely be able to binge it, but I'm gonna have to find time set aside to read this thing. I, in that 2 weeks, read 5 100 to 200k fanfics. And then I thought to myself, I could have read this actual book I need for this assignment 2 times over, and now I only have 2 days to read it. Yeah, that checks out. Isn't that ivory? Is teeth ivory? Is that just for animals? Am I wrong? That book was probably boring. I'm gonna admit, it was not a bad book. I'll say it right now. It was randomly assigned to me for a class, but it was a gay romance novel. long story short. Like, prompted we all make a fanfic? I can finally have an excuse to write? Yeah, like that. Oh, in that case, you have no excuse. I didn't know it going into the book. I was given the book for an assignment. I just had to read it and then write a summary. And then halfway into reading, I'm like, they just kissed. These boys just kissed each other. I should have read this sooner. I'm about to, like, look up the book to see if... Oh, hold on. Okay. Saying this book won't, like, call me out for how old I am, I think. It was newer at the time. It was, Aristotle and Dante. It's like a coming-of-age story, and then the 2 boys kiss. Their names are Aristotle and Dante. Did you not read the back? No. Why would I spoil myself? Dante Devil May Cry gay for real, for real. Oh gosh. Yeah. First of all, the cover is beautiful. I was like,
super gay. Good for them. Jummy Spogger.
That's super gay. Yeah. But I literally did not realize, because everyone else in this class that I was taking got, like, normal books. And I was the one who got this very touching, angsty, coming-of-age story for boys that kiss. I do recommend it. I think there's a sequel. I think there's a movie. Didn't, like, a movie just come out or something like that for it? I don't know. The difference between teeth and bones breakdown is bones is living tissue and teeth are not. Also made up of a different material. Listen, my teeth are breaking down. They shouldn't. Stop that. Get them out of my mouth. I want this one to be off shoulder. Wait, no strings. I don't know about y'all, but we used to read Bar Havel for school, specifically Ice People, and let me tell you, the book is sometimes so horny you wonder if it's not a kinky book. School be wild, and there's a lot of books that I had to read for school that I did not follow through with, and I kind of BS'd myself through literature classes. Almost like it was a weird time in my life. I spent most of the met some of the most toxic and horrible people. My own Vriska, if you would. But also made friendships that, while we don't talk, we still care about each other. My own Daves, if you would. That's a good way to put it. I definitely met my ups and downs of people, you know? You kind of meet all sorts in any fandom, really. But Homestuck was sort of like oversaturated. If you were in it, yes, if you say Homestuck, you do throw a bucket at me. Good example of the difference. Teeth cannot heal. Bones would be able to. Okay, I'm done with teeth talk. And give me a health potion. Oh, yeah. Bard, were you a Homestuck? Magical Bard could be your, it could have been your class. Your class spect. There was no just a person in the Homestuck fandom. They were on the extreme of the some spectrum, yeah. I was, yeah! I had some OCs and everything. That's, honestly, I loved redrawing the panels in Homestuck. Because a lot of Homestuck was drawn in like a pixel art style that if you just had MS Paint, surprise. Like a lot of Hussey's stuck is filed under MS Paint Adventures. Aw, also love you, son. That's me. Bard, thank you so much for being a superstar.
School books either base stories of the less fortunate, or cringe privileged white guy cries he doesn't get some but considered literary masterpiece for frick's sake.
That's the literature books. That's why I don't read books anymore. I just read fanfiction. Girls writing, they should say it. Listen, just read webcomics. I feel like I got into Homestuck because I was in my webcomic phase of like, yeah, what are some good not fanfics. What are some good webcomics out there? And I got into a couple. But Homestuck stood out to me as like, oh, everyone's reading this thing. What is this? I just read webtoons. That's what I read now. I'm a very big webtoons person now. I think I still have my nerd around here if you want to see him. Yeah? We're also listening to Homestuck music, if anyone hasn't noticed already. I really like Homestuck's soundtrack. I like had them on my iPod. I would listen to it on my way to class.
Catcher in the Rye fucking sucks. Just like you can suck my groin if you disagree.
I didn't mind it. I didn't read, what was it? I definitely remember going into class once. I went to school was it high school? And I went into class and they said, hey, we have a test today. I go, a test on what? And they go, the book that you were supposed to read this week. And I go, we had a book that we were supposed to read this week? And so I never read Fahrenheit 451 because I wasn't aware we had to read it. And I failed that test. I remember my webcomic phase was just scanning TV tropes webcomics, listening for stuff that was interesting. I should do that! Oh my god! Why haven't I thought about that? I definitely have tropes that I don't mind reading like 10 billion times in a row. AP Theater was the webcomic I couldn't not read in school. Did I tell you guys about how I met Markiplier's brother at a convention once before I was even a fan of Markiplier or knew that they were brothers? It was the process of like, yeah, people were fans of Mark at the time, but I wasn't necessarily a fan of Mark because he played a lot of horror games around the time and I wasn't really into horror, so I didn't watch his stuff. But I really got into webcomics, and I was really into this webcomic called Two Kinds about, like, you know, furries and stuff like that. And it was written by this guy named Tom Fishbach, who was half Korean. And I was like, wow, this guy's really cool. And so I met him at a comic convention. I got his autograph, and it's, like, sitting behind me right now. Like, one of his illustrations and his autograph. And it's always been behind me. But years later, I got into watching Markiplier, and I find out like, oh, Mark's half Korean. Oh, Mark's full name is Mark Fishbach. That's a cool name. It did not click with me that they were brothers until like 2 years of watching Mark, when Tom is like literally in his video and Markiplier says the words, "This is my brother Tom, artist of the webcomic Two Kinds." And I went, what? They're related? They're brothers? And so that is how I found out my favorite YouTuber and my favorite webcomic artist were brothers. Also, hi Beva. Yeah, I did meet Tom. He was really cool. Honestly, I think some of my art style is formative of him. Like, I think I stole some of my art style from him early on. Great day for side, let's go! If you look at his stuff, if you look at it, like his art style compared to like some of my older stuff, you could see where I got some of it from. If you look at some of my today stuff, I got a message. I'm so popular. I'm getting DMs left and right. Oh, Bar, this is sick. I don't wanna dwell too much while I'm live, but that's so sick. I love seeing people's fan OCs. I think that's such a fun thing to see how people, you know, interpret the world and the characters and make it their own. I love making fan OCs. I like making fan OCs that can just be the most average background character imaginable. Like, they're so integrated into the story that you don't even have to notice that they're there. My Final Fantasy XIV character is literally, like, a retainer. That's his job. He's not even like a warrior of light or an adventurer. He does odd jobs for other people. You ask him to find you a fish, he'll fish. I love making fan OCs in my head because art is hard. I have some written fan OCs only. I have some that I haven't drawn down. Maybe I'll make it a stream to draw them one day. Whoops. Do I have tails? Nepeta had tails, but it wasn't like a real tail. It was like a fake tail that she just had on. There wasn't a fan... Wasn't there a fan contest of people to get included in the comic, only for to be in 2 panels die? So that was to back the game. There was like a Homestuck game Kickstarter, and if you had like the highest tier, you could have your OC in 1 panel, and then they perish in the next panel. And I think it was because there was 2 backers, or there's 2 slots for it. That was the first thing I ever started on Kickstarter, the Homestuck video game that never came out officially. That's my OC! Isn't that so fun? The only fantasy I have made is a Bluey OC. Ah! I also have a Bluey OC. It is just me. Once a year, I remember all 3 years of my life at once. Happy 413! Bard, have you ever had Fago? I may have had a friend who I convinced to get into Homestuck with me, who had connections that he could just get Fago shipped to him. And I said, yes, please. Give me the clown soda. I thought that shit was fake till I was 22. It's real. And let me tell you, if you've ever had something, like a candy or a drink, that you go, this isn't a flavor, this just tastes like the color that it is, Faygo, like default Faygo, just tastes like the color red. And when I went to their website going like, oh yeah, like what other flavors do they have? In an interview they actually have posted on their website, they go, yeah, legally we're supposed to put a flavor on it, but we're not entirely sure what the flavor is. I know we said strawberry, but it could be anything. And I went, it is just red flavor. I recommend it. It's good. Is that rare? I can go get that at a gas station or store anytime. It's like a regional thing. I don't remember what region, but only certain parts of the US actually have it stocked locally. You can get it shipped to you now. Like Amazon, I think you can order it whenever you want. The one's near Canada mainly. North. The northern thing. Midwest. Midwest sounds right. Midwest to North. I think they do have it in Canada. Gosh, all the things that are just inadvertently Homestuck references. I'm in Kansas. We don't get Faygo. As Midwest you can be. According to the locator on the site, I can apparently get it in North Carolina. Where's North Carolina? That's kind of east-ish, isn't it? Am I wrong? No, the Carolinas are on the east. Middle East Coast. Okay, yeah. I don't know where states are. I know where Texas, Florida, and California are, and that's all that matters, and New York City. As, like, geographical, like, landmarks. I guess, like, the outer states. I know. Like, the corners, the quarters of the US. I guess Washington is there, too, because that is just, like, in the upper left. Lurk, my zip, but I love you, son. Thank you for being you. Well, thank you for coming by. And also, oh, I was like, why did the music stop? I'm listening to a playlist right now. I hope you like the scam, my little wink there. I live 3 hours from Canada's border, so that makes sense as to why it's so prevalent here. I wish I was geographically closer to certain foods. There's an ice cream brand that I like that's like located in the West Coast somewhere. And I can get the ice cream around me on the East Coast, but like their original location has like good flavors, like Thai tea with waffle cone bits and white chocolate. And I want to eat that. I want to eat Thai tea ice cream. Oh, has anyone seen the new Zelda trailer yet? I saw it. I saw like the going live announcement scheduled for this morning, and I watched it. And they officially rehydrated Ganon. I want to know where most major places in California are. I wonder why it lives in California. They did. Do you want to see it? Does anyone care if I show it on screen? It is just Gary. Rehydrated Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom is just really buff Gamer Goblin Gary. Hold on. Are you ready? It's Gary. It's Garrison. You can't see this and not tell me that this is just Gamer Goblin. Look, it's him. Wow. That's me. Gary Dorf. That's what I'm gonna call him. Ganondorf went from being thirsty to being a thirst trap. Listen, I've always been a fan of rehydrated Ganon fan art. And now it's real. Look at him. Why is his titty out? Put it away. I like his, like, multiple tied up hair. It gives me something about, like, the angular nature of like the beard cut kind of gives me Wind Waker vibes. And Wind Waker Ganon, something about like the face shape, like the very like prominent face shape and the angles, it reminds me of Wind Waker Ganon, who's my favorite Ganon. Gosetsu from 14? Yeah, I've also seen that comparison. Wind Waker Ganon is my favorite. Yeah, I love Wind Waker. Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda game. I like the other games for like their other designs, but Wind Waker is just my favorite. I want Link's lobster pajamas so bad. Booba! But yeah, I'm so excited. It's so close. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, do I even stream the game? Because everyone's gonna be streaming the game. Am I gonna have time to play it? Like, I don't want to get spoiled, but also I want to see all my friends play it, you know? What do I do? My favorite Zelda game is the one you can play as Zelda. No, that doesn't exist. Exactly. There are games where you can play as Zelda. There's varying degrees, but you can. Extremely loud and correct buzzer. Yeah. I like Twilight Princess. I'm an Edgelord, I guess. I like how gritty it was. It definitely had a fun style to it. Honestly, when Tears of the Kingdom first dropped its trailer, I thought it was going to reference Twilight Princess because like the colors and the sort of like what we know now is like what we know is like the Zoan Empire, the Zoan Kingdom traits, I guess, features. I thought that those were like the Twilight markings and colors. In Warriors, you can play both as Sheik and Zelda. I think in one of like the I think in Spirit Tracks you could play as Zelda too. Zelda's Adventure for the Philips Entertainment System. Oh, the sun is my dad. Wait. TMs, thank you for gifting a sub to the sun is my dad. What is this account? Whoa, it's my son. The CDI Zelda games don't exist. Midna's Goblin Imp Gremlin energy is peak. See, I was a fan of Wolfling, and I'm not gonna say that this contributed to my awakening as a werewolf enjoyer. Look at the profile. I'm so scared. It's just a picture of the actual son. This is daddy. That's funny. Hold on, I have to... I have to, like, send this somewhere. There. Whoops. Unpin this. It's so easy to accidentally pin things on scrolling through. Sun's final form. Let us see? Okay. Also, thank you for the band-aid. I always knew Sun was a round boy. I was always a round boy. This is just not my final form. That sure is you. It's the sun. Listen, one day if you guys someday get me to partner, I'm gonna change my username to Sun. I'm just gonna take Sun as my username, and then no one else can be the Sun. Is it gonna be horrible for SEO? Yeah. But who cares? You mean when you get a partner? I'm sure it'll happen in its own time, just not soon. We are, wait, hold on. What is my goal right now? I'm like 35 followers away from 1.5k officially. I've just spent an hour sketching out this without any progress on actually drawing it. How big is the canvas right now? That is Too small? So let's see image resolution. We're gonna make this like really small and then scale it back up again. There we go. Life hack, anti-alias fill select tool. If you want dynamic line art for pixels, just turn off anti-aliasing. I'll just fix it later. Ooh, wait, if I wanted to animate... Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. There are characters with highlighted hair. How do they do it? Ugh, give me their talk sprites. Oh. New Blue Archive Girl and Ganon? New Blue Archive Girl? New Blue Archive. I don't know what that is. Gotcha. Did I mention the other gacha game I started in my painkiller, what is it? Stupor? So I was, like, awake and asleep all of, like, the past 2 days. And so instead of working, I ended up downloading a new I re-downloaded Dislight because Markiplier's in it, and I started a new gacha game. I returned it. Did I miss anything? No. Nothing is amiss. But I did start a new gacha game, which is a gacha game, not that I've been avoiding it, but I see a lot of it that I was like, yeah, I'm not interested in this game. Have you guys ever heard of Obey Me? It is a dating... I don't know if there's romance in it necessarily. Kind of? Anyway, it's like this gacha sort of game with these former angels slash devils that I think are brothers, but they're not quite brothers. And long story short, they recently released a sequel game. I don't know if I have to know the main game to play the sequel, but it's a rhythm game, and that really got me. So I'm now playing a rhythm game with the Obey Me characters. And it's fun. It is stupidly fun. And also, like, they have, like, TikToks. Like, in the game, your phone is a phone in the game, and you have apps. And so it's like, yeah, follow us on, not TikTok. And there's, like, 3D models that are doing these things. Like, they're doing dances and, like, TikTok challenges. And, like, the more intimacy you have with the character, the more you unlock. I'm not entirely sure. It's fun, though. I have, because there's an artist on Tumblr that did cute art for a fandom one, so I followed them for that, but they got obsessed with Obey Me, so I was like, okay, this is happening now. I definitely know that people are super into that game. I never really got into it myself, but I guess I am now. But there's like a bunch of side characters too that I didn't realize was more than just like the 7 brothers. So I guess I have to catch up. Because they literally ask in the beginning. It's like a chat. It's one of those games where you pretend you can text them and they'll call you and stuff. And I'm really scared. I'm waiting for my insurance to call me. And I'm gonna be at my phone trying to wait for insurance to call me. And like, I don't know, Leviathan is gonna call me on my phone to ask for something. I don't know if I can handle that emotionally. It's no new carnival, but I respect the Obey Me fans. Half joking. Listen, New Carnival's great. I just remembered that I need to update New Carnival because the my developer pass expired for the week. But I know there's a lot of content out there for Obey Me, and I think I will not be short of anything getting into this, because this is like a sequel. I don't know how long this game series has already been out for, but it's been out for a long time. I will be want for naught if I actually get into this fandom. I'm somewhat excited. I am kind of like, oh, you know, if this is for real, if I actually get into this, why not? Oh, you know what? If I do a color, I can actually put an outline on it. VTubers have been doing immersion breaks on Twitter. I'm just going, yeah, most of them. The VTuber versus IRL. That goes around once in a while. I just hope that there are VTubers that don't feel pressured that they have to show their face just to get on the trend. Because a lot of people are doing VTubing so they don't have to show their face. Like me, for example. You guys just get to see my funny little VTuber make funny little faces. And also, you can't throw random oatmeal and blitz balls at me. Did I turn those back on again? I didn't. That's why I haven't been chucked with blitz balls, huh? That's my bad. Let me fix that. Because I finally went through and I corrected a lot of tits. Let's see. Buh. Is that all of them? For now. But with like the recent updates, I wanna improve Ugh. You can throw me off the screen with Blitzball now. If you time it right. If you just coordinate it well enough. It works. Let's see. I'm gonna steal the color from here. I like the color. Enjoy your lurk. There's a lot of stuff that I have to fix up in the back end. So hopefully I can get those fun redeems for you guys back. Up. Immersion breaks, I've seen are quite good looking, and I'd probably still watch them even if they were flesh tubers, but what drew me to them in the first place was the VTuber stuff, so I'm happy they're just pics on Twitter, yeah. I think that some people, hold on, let me make a new layer for this. There are some people who do both, who just kind of, voluntarily switch between VTubing and camera streaming. And I think that's very fun, you know? Like, if you're ever not feeling up to setting up your webcam. You just have to set up VTube Studio and that kind of stuff. That's very fun. And to some degree, I wish I had that kind of choice, but also I don't want to have to get ready for every stream. I am in my pajamas as we speak. And that is how I will probably keep it. Love the content Aethel does with IRL comedies, fun VTuber stuff. Like, there's fun IRL stuff that I could do, you know, and if you buy me things, I could show those off on stream. But at the same time, my background's not very fun. There is just a picture of a tiger furry signed by Tom Fishbach in my background, and that's about it. Yeah, people do what they're happy with. This is why my idea of a Visible Man VTuber is in disband. Is there one? Is there an Invisible Man VTuber yet? I will rig that. I will design and rig an Invisible Man VTuber. Why do I feel like this is my first time hearing of that idea? Man, that's such a funny idea. Now I want to make that. I have thought about making an alternate VTuber for myself, just for like the goofs of being like, yeah, this is just another rig for fun. That was one of my favorite classic horror books as a kid. That and Jekyll and Hyde. I don't think... No, that's a lie. I've read Dr. Frankenstein. I don't think I've read as many like classic horror books than I should have, because I feel like there was a lot more that I was supposed to read in my curriculum that we were just like, yeah, we'll skip that. And so I never got to read a couple of them, and I feel like I've missed the window of me being interested in classic horror books. I've never read like Dracula. I've never read Jekyll and Hyde. And I feel like I would really like those books. Dracula is hard to read, to be honest. And that's why I should have read it as a kid when I was forced to read it, regardless. And I couldn't complain if it was hard to read. I would have just read it anyway. And then be forced to comprehend it. I mean, they're in public domain, so you can just get them on the internet for free. But when do I have the time to read it? Why would I read Dracula when I can read my 100th Hurt Comfort fanfic on AO3? or my millionth isekai manga that I just started this week. You get audiobook. Ooh, an audiobook. Classic horror read-along stream? Maybe. How long is, like, Dracula or Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde? Wait, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yes. Oh, this is a classic. Let me check. How many words is it? I can judge it by how many words it is, as to how long it is. Imagine a VTuber says, "Hello, I'm a vampire VTuber. But vampires are picked up by cameras, so there isn't anything there." Miku jump scare? What? Where's Miku coming from? Why wasn't Hatsune Miku in Homestuck? I feel like she could have been. I forget the lowercase h hello is a Miku waving. Oh! You know what? My thing isn't on right now, so I forgot that I had Miku as the 7TV. Hello! The runtime for Dracula on LibriVox is 16 hours, 31 minutes, 9 seconds. I feel like I've spent longer reading, like, novels and danme and stuff like that. It's doable. Should I do a Dracula reading stream? A Dracula read-along? It is public domain. So I have thought about actually reading books on stream. Reading books on stream is actually illegal because that is distribution of a published work. But if it's public domain, I mean, that's okay then. The runtime of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is 3 hours. Jesus! Wait, it's only 3 hours and Dracula is 16 hours? There's a 2-hour abridged version read by Christopher Lee on YouTube. How much does he abridge Dracula by? Or is he just reading it really fast? I have so many things to read. Speaking of reading, I'm in the middle of rereading Oshinoko because it has an anime adaptation, and I never caught up with the manga, so I was like, yeah, I'll reread the manga. I can't quite remember. I forgot how much I like this series. It's so good. Speaking of Dracula, I can't wait for Renfield and Nick Cage, my beloved. I don't know, but it covered the main points of the story. Okay. You find the text versions on Project Gutenberg, most likely. Ah. Honestly, I will check this out. This is a lot more doable than I thought. I don't know why in my head I was limited to having to find a physical copy of this book. Oops. Don't scale. Don't scale up. Don't scale up. Don't scale up. There we go. Nick Cage, my baby girl, and Pedro Pascal, my Oshi. Dracula, full Dracula word count, 1,600. Wait. 161,000. Wait. 161,000 words is 16 hours of reading? Does that feel right? Hold on. I feel like I've read fanfics longer than that in a day. 2 days. Well, maybe it does take... Well, maybe it is 16 hours. Hold on. I gotta... Hold on. I gotta look at my read history really quick. Hold on. AO3. Log in. I understand. I understand. Log me in. I have to check something really quick. History? Uh 10,000 words an hour. Speaking, mind you. I can for sure read faster than I speak. That's also true. People definitely can read faster than having to read words out loud. Buzz. I binged this one in a day and it was 80,000 words. That was like half the time. So I could definitely read. I could read Dracula in 2 days. Can I sort my read history by longest longest book? Dem book club when? Honestly, I would. Can we do like a Dem light novel book club? There's a couple light novels that I want to catch up on. It'll be fun, especially if we got Dem to join. Can we have like a manga book club? Can we have a book club where we read manga together? What song is this? This is Chris. Hold on, let me check on it. Crystal Methicans. All of the music that we're listening to live on stream is from Homestuck. Here, I'm gonna type it in chat for you, Visk. This is one of my favorite songs. But it's from the 9th album of the Homestuck soundtrack, Crystal Methicans. This one was definitely up there on my iPod at the time. I did shuffle it. It's not in any order. But I remember the animation for this one being cool. Or like the scene this was in. This one had an animation, right? Wait. Methicans. Scene. I feel like it did. Maybe not. Maybe this was just one of the background songs. I love songs that use industrial sounds as instruments. There's a lot of good songs. You can just listen to the entire Homestuck soundtrack on Bandcamp. You would just have to find what albums, but Volume 9 definitely has a lot of good ones. 9 and I don't remember what this one is. 9 and like between 9 and 12 have like really good ones. Like the later music is so good. And a lot of it is composed by Toby Fox. I forgot his name for 2 seconds. Uh-oh. Horns. On a playlist, yeah. Right now I'm listening to it on YouTube. Which, a lot of this stuff is also uploaded one way or another too. But I know Bandcamp is where you can just, like, legally listen to it all for free. Up. Orange. Whoop. Hello. That's where I found it. I have YouTube Music. Okay, yeah. The music goes so hard, especially when you see the ones with their accompanying cutscenes for some of them. Like Megalovania. I feel like everyone at this point knows what Megalovania is. If not just for the meme. But that was the first instance that I heard Megalovania in, which was Homestuck. It was used in a couple other projects, and it was also used in Undertale. Adjust this. I should use Homestuck as my soundtrack for more things because there's a lot of like good instrumental that's just like nice listening to. Some of the soundtrack is used as like a basis for like animation sequences, and they're a lot more intense. And then some are like they're background music for interactive parts. So it's like easily loopable. Song that I'm now thinking of that is just really silly. Homestuck. Tiny. What's it called? It was like the little tiny pony horse. Tiny horse. What was it called? What was it called? I'm gonna turn the music back on until I find it, I guess. I found it. It was also from Volume 9. Come on. I could listen to this all day. That's definitely a song I can listen to for several days at a time. This is Minnie Hoof's adventure. It's about a little horse named Minnie Hoof, who I love very dearly. Nicolas Cage is also in Homestuck. I forgot about that. I think it was Kuro bringing up Nicolas Cage reminded me that Nicolas Cage is in Homestuck. There's a lot of people that are just in Homestuck because the author, he just made a bunch of like pop culture references here and there at random. So occasionally things like, oh, like a Nick Cage movie is on the TV. Now everyone knows what Con Air is in the fandom. Anything could be a Homestuck reference and you just wouldn't know it. Oh my god, I just remembered this really funny interaction I had with Mr. Manager. We put the bunny back. We had gone to like this fest together with a couple other people, with a couple other friends, but he was talking about something, and he made a reference, and he said like, oh, like, I told you about those stairs, bro, and he was making a Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff reference, and I said something else from Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, and he goes, son, I didn't know you knew Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. I go, I mean, yeah, like, you know that I'm a Homestuck. I was a Homestuck back in the day. Like, who doesn't know it? And he goes, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff is a Homestuck reference? And I had to explain to him that Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff was a webcomic by one of the characters in Homestuck. And it was, like, hosted on its own website that you could visit. And it was printed as a comic. And he, just for years, had been quoting Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff and had no idea all this time that it was a Homestuck reference until that day that I had to break the news to him. He really didn't. Like, he was in shock and awe. This was already, like, a year ago now. But it's still like a core memory in my mind because of how surprised he was. I'll surprise Mr. Manager with like what fandoms he finds out I used to be in. Like, I was talking to him, and I said, like, yeah, and then my friend and I, we just binged Voltron for the week. And he goes, oh, wait, son, you watched Voltron? I go, yeah, you know what, that would be surprising, because I don't like mechs. He goes, yeah, why do you like Voltron? I go, well, they're not, like, mechs, but they're big cats, they're big lions. And he goes, okay, you know what, that tracks. I didn't know that either, but then again, I get earworms like that for random things. I have no idea what their origin is. Anything could be a Homestuck reference. You know that Guy Fieri was president? And he led the insane clown posse of the United States? That's a Homestuck reference. Just like, you know, random silly things like that. Ugh. That tracks, though. Was JoJo referenced in Homestuck? I don't know. I'll be honest, I wasn't into JoJo at the time. Not to say that I'm, like, an active watcher of JoJo now, but at least I know more things now, and this was already, like, a decade ago at this point, right? So I couldn't tell you if there was a JoJo reference in Homestuck. Let's see. JoJo reference. Are there any JoJo references in Homestuck? Hussey is on record as having not watched much anime before beating Homestuck. Okay, so probably not. I'm sorry, what is this? I can't click on this link. But someone said, I have to say you'd find more references to Homestuck in JoJo than JoJo references in Homestuck. I don't know what that means. What if it was that makes Homestuck the ultimate reference? I was just about to ask that. I don't know. It seems that there are some things that are coincidentally similar to JoJo, but not as a result of being a JoJo reference. JoJo was made in the 80s, what do you mean? There's time travel in Homestuck, you never know. I think that means they're both unlikely to reference each other. There's things like there's a character that has a spirit-like ghost companion that people are comparing to a Stan, but it seems unrelated. Like Persona or JoJo, but those are all sort of things that overlap in theme regardless. Yeah, there aren't as many anime themes. There's a lot of like Western culture themes though. I don't think Andrew Hussey was much of an anime reference person. I don't think I remember there being a lot of anime references. Aside from stuff, you know, like, I don't know, Sailor Moon or something, like the really obvious ones. This was also like, again, like a decade before, so I don't think JoJo really blew up into popularity until the recent years. If you go down the everything is relative rabbit hole, you could say everything is reference to everything else, yeah. Like, how far of a stretch do you want it to go? Like Simpsons and SpongeBob. Yeah. I know the iceberg tip enough of certain things to make references to them. Like, I will make I will make the Kakyoin, did you lay this egg joke sometimes, and no one has any idea what I'm talking about. What? So, Kuro, I'm just gonna go off and assume that you know JoJo. You know, like Part 3 JoJo, the characters and stuff like that. Are you aware of the mangaka group known as Clamp, who draws manga and anime like Holic and Cardcaptor and I don't know, like among any others? Yes, yes. Did you know they also wrote Boys Love Dojinshi back in the day? And one of them may have been based? Yeah. One of them may have been about Kakyoin waking up with an egg, the giant egg next to him, and it hatches, and it is him and Jotaro's baby. And they may have like even featured this love egg child in an anime short feature. And he's kind of handsome, and you can see where he comes from. It's very Clamp. It's very like 80s, 90s Clamp. But I said it once in the Goofballs group chat, in like a group call, and I made a reference to the egg, and no one knew what I was talking about. And I added Cove so many times to be like, you like JoJo, do you know what this reference is? And she goes, yeah, who doesn't know who the egg is? Are you talking about the JoJo Clamp egg baby? Yeah, I'm talking about egg baby. Do you want, Kuro, do you want to see the egg baby? Hi Jeff, are you here to see the egg baby? Jeff, are you here to... I just sat down, bro. I don't know how you keep coming into my streams and we're talking about like the most bizarre thing. The OG Hibachi baby. Let's see if I can find a picture of like the egg baby. Clamp egg baby. Okay, I'm about to like... Actually, let me just like make a new document so I can paste down a couple of images. Is this the TikTok the kids are talking about? I don't know. Is Egg Baby trending on TikTok? I don't know. But anyway, this was the panel in the manga adaptation. It's just... Kakyoin, did you lay this egg? Clamp, I love Clamp's unhinged energy. And then here's the anime adaptation that they had of it. This is real. This is an actual screenshot from the, I think, Clamp in Wonderland. Yeah, Clamp in Wonderland special, where they had like a bunch of animated versions of like Kobato and Cardcaptor and, you know, Egg Baby. I think it's called like Clamp in Wonderland was like the special it was featured in. Where's a picture of him? Here we go. Is Clamp still a thing? Yeah, Clamp's still creating things. I don't know up until how recent, but they still have stuff that is in publishing, I think. Why is he cool? Because he's Jotaro's son. Jotaro and Kakyoin's son. And that he also has a stand. I think it's named Charmy. Cause it's like a mix of Green Emerald and not Star Platinum, that's the next one. What's Jotaro's stand called? But it's like supposed to be a fusion of the two stands. It is Star Platinum, okay. Why did I think that Star Platinum was the next one? Why did I think it was Josuke's stand? Lycan, hello, thank you for your first. Crazy Diamond, oh okay. That's what I'm confusing it for. But yeah, this is egg. I like to make this reference once in a while, once in a blue moon, but I avoid making it because I know that no one has any idea what I'm talking about. Shining diamond. Okay. Look how cool this egg baby is. Isn't he so handsome? And he has a green uniform. It's a school uniform like Jotaro's, but it's green like Kakuin's. Thank you for this lore. You're welcome. I love sharing my obscure boys love lore to people. The rare instance of me not reading the title first and being confused. Don't worry, that wasn't relevant to anything that we're doing on stream. But how much does he love cherries? I think he eats them. I don't remember. I just remember Joseph is his name. Yeah, Joseph's the grandpa. Like, he's like really excited that he has a great grandson. Oh, I was confused about the redeem. Oh. Yeah, it's my teeth are hurting, so you just slap a band-aid on it. I need teeth. Where's my teeth? Ah, thank you. Now I understand who he is. I've seen him in fan art from people who make his dad's kiss. Yeah, I feed people who do ship Jotaro and Kakuin. Sometimes they can't not, you know? How can you ship these two characters without paying homage to their very canon and published son? I do ship Jotaro and Kakuin, if only the fact that I don't know JoJo and I just like them aesthetically as like enemies to lovers. Is that how it is? Were they enemies? That's actually the trope that I like. It's enemies. I hope he gets into the JoJo game. Enemies for one episode. That's how they meet. And then they beat each other up for a little bit. Enemies for a single episode. That's my favorite trope. Enemies. I don't care what they become later. If they're enemies for even a moment, that's all I need. Kakuin tried to kill Jotaro and Joseph, but that was because he had a horrific parasite in his brain. You don't go swimming in the bioluminescent ocean. That's the lesson for the day. Agreed. I know so little and so much about JoJo that, like, I can get away with certain things. I can't get away with certain other things. But I could definitely go, like, yeah, I know this reference in here. Yeah, that thing? The thing where they did the other thing? There's a Gucci bag you put things into and it gives you stuff back. There's a piece of paper with a gun. Enemies to frenemies to rivals back to enemies is fun. Son, you might be onto something. Me with Peridot and Spinel in Steven Universe. Said parasite was in his brain by Dio, a vampire who hijacked Joseph's grandfather's body and wants to take over the world. So when we were at camp, I think like a couple of the goofballs have watched JoJo. I've now seen more than 2 episodes of JoJo now that because they were playing it like just while they were waiting for people to wake up. So now I do know slightly more about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's still not a lot. It doesn't help, but it did put certain other things into context. And also, like, I finally got to see some scenes that I kept seeing memes of, like the Pansu Marumie. I can see your underwear. That I've seen a lot of memes on. I was like, oh, is this a scene where they do the sign language and then they high-five each other? You can't say no to the heavenly charisma that is Dio and his mind control parasites. I knew that. I knew that was the plot, and it's like I know the plot is they have to go to Egypt because Jotaro's mom has one of them. Ah! Wow. Thank you for the oatmeal. Thank you for the scan. I read the manga online years ago and I watched Toonami's dub until the end of part 3. Is part 5 dubbed? No, part 5 is dubbed because I watched an episode of part 5. So right now my watching repertoire for JoJo is a couple of episodes from part 3. That was recent. I watched one episode from part 4 and one episode from part 5. That is all I've watched of JoJo. I should watch more. I feel like I would like it. It's kind of wild, but I feel like I would enjoy the series. A variable sprinkles of episodes. And it's not like I watched the first episode of them. I watched part 4 because I happened to be on Toonami and I was vibing to the opening, and then I was like, oh, never mind. This is like some variation of the opening. What's happening? Oh, this is like the last quarter of the season, I guess. And then I watched a random episode of 5, like somewhere in the middle. I had to stop because I started working weekends and I die if I only got 2 hours of sleep. That's fair. That's honestly fair. I love the JoJo openings. My favorite opening is anything from part 4, but I don't know. I don't have like a top favorite opening, but it's somewhere between Great Days and Chasing. Those are my 2 favorite openings, just because they're a bop, and I like the animations that go with them. What is it? Bloody Stream was one of my morning alarms for a while, because it would just wake me up with a ba-da-ba-ba. Part 4 is my favorite season. The OP is so good. I like part 4 because it's like Jotaro has discovered a starfish and has earned his PhD in starfish and dolphins. Does Jotaro like dolphins? Is that canon, or is that people just going like, yeah, he's the ocean man? Is that just something the fandom has made up? Because I cannot tell sometimes when there is something that is canon and the fandom is referencing, or something that the fandom has universally agreed on and is included in all the fan work. I know he's in the show. I know he's in it. And I know at the end of part 4, he's like, he discovered a starfish on the beach, and that helped him write his dissertation on sea life or something. Does he indicate at any point that he likes sea creatures in part 3? Or is that like he was in the desert for so long, he's like, I'd like to study the ocean now? The funny thing is, Jotaro mentions having favorite nature documentaries part 3, and part 4 mentions he's a... So he does say in part 3 that he likes nature. I've never seen that reference, but I love that so much for him. I don't know why that's so fun to me. I feel like he would... Does he ever meet Giorno? Does Jotaro ever meet Giorno? As a biologist and a guy who could turn other things into animals, I really feel like that they would get along. Do they meet in the game? I'll look that up. That's another thing. My JoJo repertoire before having watched a chunk of part 3 was watching a playthrough of Eyes Over Heaven. Oh, when they're fighting the orangutan. Oh, that's the one where the stand was the boat, right? I didn't watch that episode still. I think that's just what I know. It's funky that he looks 26 at the start of the series, but he's actually 16. They're just some teenagers, you know? That was wild. There's a part of part 5 that I really liked. That was them trying to find out how some guy was hiding on a boat, and it turns out it was just another paper-thin boat on top of the boat. I don't know why the exposition of the stands are so funny to me, and I love them dearly. Araki was still in his Fist of the North Star phase of his art style. There's something about animes where the characters have to explain in exposition what's going on. Which is like, this is a thing that happens in sports animes and card game animes, but something about them having to, either in their head or out loud to someone who doesn't know what's happening, going, oh, that's the super special move of this thing. It's impossible to do. No one's ever survived. How can he do it? And like, I love it when they do that. I don't know why. But I feel like that skewed my sense of writing, because I'm incapable of writing in third person without like really long exposition chunks. That's just anime in general. You either look 16 or you're in your 40s, you look 30 but you're in your 16s, or you look like a child and you're a billion-year-old dragon. That's my trope. I'm a 1,000-year-old fox boy who's just a little fella. That thing is exposition worthy. Let me exposit. Oh! Oh! Kaido! Thank you so much for the sub. Why were there stakes in that one? I gotta fix that. There should only be stakes in the prime. Take this, my ultimate move that no one has ever survived. No one has ever lived to witness the magnitude of this attack. Here it is. Take this. I love you, Kaido. Thank you so much. AKA autism. The hyperfixation is kicking in. I need to watch more anime. Oh, but there's so many manga that I've tabbed up. I finally closed out my my phone tabs. So for anyone who doesn't know, I do not keep tabs open on my computer. I shut off my computer every day, and I'm very good about that. My phone, however, is a hellscape of tabs, in which my friend showed me this thing that you could do on Safari now, where you can organize your tabs. You can actually go, hey, I'd only like to show the tabs that are featuring AO3 or something now. And I went, I need this in my life. But, I finally closed out, comedy! Happy sub-anniversary for 12 months! Thank you so much! Ah! I don't know why alerts are still cutting off like that. I gotta fix that. But thank you. Oh, you didn't know about my special interest? Well, let me explain. I feel like that sometimes. I feel like the character who's expositioning to the protagonist who has amnesia goes, what? What do you mean you don't know this really basic, mechanic of this world? Well, let me explain to you. Speaking of manga, thanks to a certain goblin with the Jiraiya nose. I bought the first omnibus of Noragami for Christmas. I haven't touched it till Sunday, and I blazed through the first 3 issues and fell in love. I haven't read Noragami in ages. I want to catch up with it. I don't remember where I left off. It's one of those things where I don't remember enough about it that it would be worthwhile for me to read from the beginning, but I don't know if I have time to read it from the beginning. That's why I will never get back to Detective Conan. I don't remember where I left off. I don't know where to pick up from. Main characters be like, this is my most powerful move, and it's someone else's special move that they stole. Yeah, pretty much. The browser I use on my phone used to have that feature. It updated and I've yet to open the browser stack up after seeing a 3-digit number for open tabs. You see, Chrome stops at 99. After 99 tabs, it just shows a smiley face. But I closed down about 100 tabs, and now there's only, like, 80 tabs left. Dingus! Dingus! Baja Blast,
Thank
my
ya
what?
for the raid.
Thank you for the raid. I'm sorry, we're Blaha blasting what? Hi, Dingus. Well, happy Homestuck Day. We're drawing my Homestuck OC. What's your Homestuck OC? Don't worry about it. Well, hello, Raiders. My name is Sun, your local Foxboy ham steak enjoyer. What were you guys chatting about? We all know you have one. My Homestuck OC is that I'm stuck at home, always. That's the plot of Homestuck, so you know what? You got it. Homestucko. What is a Homestuck? It is a infamous webcomic that started on 2009 of April 13th, today. Today is John Egbert's birthday. He's the protagonist. It is this day that he was born. And it is the day that the webcomic starts. But how are you guys? If you don't know it, you know it now. Mobile Discord does that. You can have like 2,000 tabs. It just chugs for every bit you load the tab list. That's so scary. I discovered the smiley face tab personally. I have 3 bazillion tabs open on my phone. I cleared it out recently and I feel so proud. But every time I discover a new manga, I just have to be like, well, if I close this tab, I'm never gonna read it again, so I have to keep it open and check for updates. I'm a Sun enjoyer. I wanted to show my friends a swagalicious fox boy. Aw, Dingus. Chat, if you don't know Dingus, he's a dingus. You should go follow him if you haven't. Did like a Taco Bell in the beginning, and then I rambled for like an hour. Well, I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for coming in. We're just kind of chilling. I'm just kind of chilling out. Sun do be swagalicious. What? What? I'm just gushing about anime and drawing my Homestuck OC in the style of a Homestuck cutscene. We do love Dingus around here. We like bullying Dingus a little bit. I dare say, the Khan of Dingus. Dingus Khan. We pin that. But, thank you guys for coming in. If you guys need to go, need to hydrate, take care of yourself, that's the most important thing. You go take care of yourselves first. Thank you for coming in, chilling. You guys have a favorite clamp love child. Tell me who it is and why it's the Jotaro Kakuin egg baby. No con, only Dingus Pingus. He dings us until we con. Yeah. I'm gonna grab a little snack, but I'll be back. Yeah, have a good snack. Autism representation would be amazing for storytelling. Need someone to exposit at length with little regard for reading the room in that moment? An autistic character could do that. This is my realization that some of my favorite characters are unintentionally autistic coded. Do you know how Zhongli is my favorite character in Genshin Impact? He dingus till he gone. Zhongli, the funeral consultant for the Wangshan funeral parlor. He knows a lot about history and loves to talk about it. He'll ramble on and on about culture and history if he finds it relevant. He has very little regard for social cues, if he's even aware of them. He's not very good at dealing with people and actually talking to them when it matters. He proposed to a man without telling him it was a proposal. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I like this little scrungly meow meow. I love him very much. He's just like me, for real, for real. He has no idea what money is, despite being, you know, the god of money. He forgot to make himself money before becoming a human and retiring. And thank you for the get well soon. Kenan will say, that makes no sense. I'll just not do that. A touch of the tism. Got a bit of tizzy. I cannot say that I'm neurodivergent or autistic. I cannot self-diagnose myself, but there's a lot of things that I do that are pointed out to me that I'm like, maybe I am. I can't say that I am, but Zhongli sounds like a himbo. He kind of is, except he's not nice. He's not nice enough to be a himbo. He does have a big ass, though. Why is it always right after I say something? Taking notes so I definitely don't do it. He got a what? That's what he's, like, best known for. He does threaten people who breaks contracts, you know? If you don't keep a promise, you will just get absolutely annihilated. Gonna have to research while getting food. I don't know if I could just show this on stream, but, like, Zhongli wears this really long jacket, and people have found if you angle the camera just correctly, he has a very well-defined butt that's modeled into these low-poly characters. I love that about him, the contract thing. He's the god of contracts. He can't break a promise. Once he makes it, he has to uphold his promise. Lord have mercy. It's like how 2B from Nier has, like, more polygons than the rest of the game does. It's like that. I forgot that I was gonna fix his hair. That's why I keep hovering over this place. Now maybe I can actually do the rest of the body. Alexa, play Ass Like That by Eminem. Lyric, I'm gonna try to normal myself out for a second. You go be normal. Be absolutely normal, Dinkus. Thank you for coming in. I searched Zhongli ass on Google and found some robust selection of merchandise. So do trolls have naming conventions you have to follow, or is this Troll's son? So trolls do have a naming convention. So all of the trolls, so all of the human characters have 4-letter names. 4-letter first name, 4-letter last name. No. 4-letter first name... 5-letter last... Hold on. No, 6-letter last name. It's John Egbert, Roxy Lalonde, Dave Strider, Jade Harley. It's 4-letter, 6-letter. All the trolls have 6-letter, 6-letter names. I don't remember there's other things outside of that, but all of the main 12 trolls and technically 24 for their descendant ancestor, their ancestors, are all themed after the constellation zodiacs. So like Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, they're all named after stars or mythology based on around that. 4-letter first name and last name. Kite O. Now it has to be 4-letter, 6-letter. Oh, why, thank you for coming by to chill in these nuts. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, there are gaming naming conventions to that. I had to think about it for a second because I'm like, do I know the characters' names? Because it's like John, Dave, Rose, and Jade, but they also have their ancestors. That's what they're called because Homestuck is a big time loop, and so your parent is also your descendant. And so it's also Jake. Yes, wait. What was John's? Why am I not? No, Jane. Okay, Jane, Jake, Roxy, and Dirk. And it's because their first letters matched with their counterparts' first letter names. And they just share the last name because they're related. And so I do I do have a name for my troll Sona, and it's right here. It's Sun with it's Sun with 4 U's. Because I couldn't think of anything else to extend my name by. And that's it. And their shirts are indicative of a symbol relevant to them too. Son, I say this respectfully, fuck you. Isn't it so fitting though? And all the Sun Yoram. It has to be 6 letters because I'm a troll. The trolls have 6-letter names. So Carcat, Vantis, I don't know, I don't remember all their names. Tavros. Son, have you read Kaiju number 8? I know it, I haven't read it. If I may be so blunt, I think I didn't read it because of the art style. Yes. Not necessarily the art style per se, but it's like a sci-fi techie theme, and I don't usually go for those, so I didn't have an interest in reading it. But I do think that there are people in the goofballs who do read it. Dem some Yoram. I think you swapped my eye color. I don't know if it did or not. Let me know if it didn't. Sun. They do give each other nicknames, so maybe Sun is short for something else. Oh, Vortigan's read it. Just need to read the latest chapter. Oh, I swapped again. Okay, so it is swapping. Does it come out on Sundays? Oh no, you're saying Sunday is my name. Oh, that's kind of funny. That could be a name. And my Lusai, who was all the trolls are raised by these guardian creatures who are known as the Lusai, and they're these like stark white creatures who raise the trolls, who are actually bugs. They're like little grubs when they're babies. And so my Lusai would be a big fox creature. And these like guardian creatures usually have some sort of indicative trait that ties them to the trolls that they're raising. So like they have similar horn shapes or another feature thematic to them. And would you guys like to know the infamous bucket explanation? Why buckets are such a forbidden thing in the Homestuck fandom? It's the thing that you keep chucking at me every time you say Homestuck in chat. So it's not shaped like their genitals. The genitals are a big mystery because this comic is safe for work, more or less. Safe for work in like the sexual sense. It's kind of violent. But when it's time for the trolls to reproduce, they are each given a bucket to fill up, and the buckets are all collected by a creature, and it gets dumped into this big vat of goo, and then the grubs are made from that goo at random. So your genetics are all mixed up and randomized. And so if you bring up a bucket to a troll, they're absolutely horrified, because that is the equivalent of you just like, you know, handing them a condom or something. And that's why buckets are such a forbidden topic in the Homestuck fandom. Fill up with what, pray tell? I don't know what, but when they show it in the comic, it's kind of about as colorful as their blood. So it might be their blood. Who knows? It doesn't matter what a universe they are in. Trolls always fascinate me. Time to dive down a rabbit hole. Be back in a couple of years. I like how interpretive they are. I like it when people draw the Homestuck trolls as actual trolls. Like they'll give them paw feet and like tails and like ratty ears. I like those types. That would mean family relations are possible. Listen, there's already time nonsense in which your child is also your parent in an alternate timeline. So I feel like at a certain point that doesn't matter. But the genetic goo doesn't get mixed. Your whatever blood color you're born with determines your social standing in the world. At the same time, I don't remember what reason they mixed them together, but like you don't have like you never have half kind or mixed kind like blood types. You're still like that one singular blood type from your ancestor. It's just primordial ooze, yeah. I've seen a lot of interesting fan art of the troll general variety. People are so creative, aren't they? Let me mark down where these are. The reproduction scene in Berserk? I don't know it, but I can imagine. Creative, yeah. People are just really creative, you know? I'm a fan of high fantasy designs. I love high fantasy. How did I forget I have pizza? Just ADHD. Yeah. I have a snack next to me. Should I eat it? Oh, but my teeth. I'll hold off. You should make crunchy noises. It's a squishy noise. It's a cake. I tried my best to find something pandan flavored, but everything pandan flavored is also coconut flavored for some reason. There's no just straight pandan near me. So it's a coconut cake basically. We're watching a snack? Who, me? So I don't know if you guys would want to watch me make smacking noises with my mouth after me just explaining what a bucket is in Homestuck. Oops. I specifically went out to get it like 2 hours ago. No! Do you have an air fryer? Put the pizza in the air fryer. I think you underestimate our depravity. I love you guys so much. You just match my unhinged hinged energy sometimes. I do actually, got a couple of days ago. I haven't taken it out of the box. Do it, it's so worth it. I use my air fryer to defrost food. If you have like frozen fish, frozen pizza, frozen bread, or anything like that, just pop it in the air fryer for 350 at 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how big it is. And then it's defrosted, fully cooked through, nice and crispy. It's the best. Air fried pizza, so good. I come by once every ever and say words, yeah. But I appreciate when you come by, bees. You hear what people are saying about Tumblr now? It's close to the stream of what? It's as close to the stream of consciousness as can exist within the light of day. It always been like that. I was skeptical about the air fryer, but now I have it. It's pretty fucking great. It's pretty good. It's even got, ooh, yours has a dehydrator setting. And bees, thank you so much for giving me your first. I could praise my air fryer for days on end. I cook a really mean fish in it. You wrap it up in tin foil, cover it up nice, and it basically acts as a convection oven. The only thing is you're just limited on space, but as long as you know how to, you know, use it, what settings you have, and clean it every once in a while, you're set, really. It is, yeah. It's a convection oven in all but name. It's small, it heats up fast, it makes food crispy or warm. You just gotta make sure you don't put anything that can easily catch fire in it. Like if you're gonna put like cooking paper, like cooking parchment in it, make sure it's not gonna touch the top where the coils are. My roommate got a not so great air fryer, but it was free. ADHD and forgetting entire words that change the sentence. I need to get back into Tumblr. I need to like recurate my Tumblr feed because I need to get my scrolling needs back. There's a couple of artists that I want to follow. I have to post more on Tumblr. I made an NSFW Tumblr for art, like as Sun. And then I never posted to it because I never drew NSFW art. I wanted to though. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna have this, and if I ever post anything spicy, it'll go here. And then I go to it recently because I forgot about it for months, right? I'm like talking to the goofballs, and I go, I found this. This is the only post on my blog. And it just says, pee pee poo poo. I'm probably never gonna post on this account. When they killed Tumblr, the containment was breached and the crazy spilled out to the rest of the world. See, they should have just kept it all on Tumblr. It would have been fine. I loved Tumblr back in the day. Knowing what the bucket means and knowing some cosplayers put spin their foods into a bucket and threw it at others makes me understand why the world will never be the same. Set events. Yeah, people do that. The internet in a nutshell. The internet's weird. You just gotta curate it. You gotta be on it long enough to curate it. Yeah, Tumblr never died. It just went through a bit of like an apocalypse. I had a spicy Tumblr back in the day just for like, you know, storing my favorite art and stuff like that. Which I should reference it. There's like some good anatomy practice I can get out of that account. But I went through it recently, and every single post is tagged with this big red label warning that says, this post may contain mature content. Like, be warned. And it's just like straight up uncensored NSFW. I'm like, oh. I can see the NSFW right there. If you just follow artists and creators on Twitter, don't follow people who start drama for no valid reason, I'll be fine. Drama's just kind of everywhere, and I feel like you just have to deal with it sometimes, because it's never going away. As much as it would be nice if it did. But you just kind of have to deal with it sometimes, and I would like another social media space besides Twitter to go to when I want to look at artists. Just roll with the punches. As long as people have existed, there has been drama. We have ancient tablet inscriptions of like some of the very first known writings of man in museums, and it's about a man. It's like a receipt of a guy complaining about an order that got wrong that was delivered to him. It was something like that. That's like one of the first stone tablet writings we have on record. It's a guy complaining. The copper merchant, yeah! The poor copper quality. Like, people are gonna complain till the end of time. Jamil stole my apples. I'm gonna punch him or something. Oh, Ia Nasir. Is that what it is? I love that. I love that that's just what we have on hand. It's like, yeah, like they used to write things. Like, they would just complain to each other. We have this bad Yelp review from back in the day. That's what it is. It's the first Yelp review. Oh my god. There's 100 tablets of that guy? What? He collected the complaints himself and stored. What a Chad move, actually. It was a chunk of clay that had to be shaped. It's people making this clay just to write and like send in to someone, and the guy just grabs them and goes, I'm keeping this. This is mine. I love that. That's so good. Written language was created to just leave grievances for each other. Humans are so fascinating, aren't they? Apparently in old Egypt they used wax on wooden tablets to send messages. Yeah, I also discovered recently that the ancient Egyptians would measure from the tip of their elbow to the tip of their finger, and that was called a cubit. That was a unit of measurement called a cubit that they... I love that. I measure with my hands all the time. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my fingers, roughly 6 inches, and I use that for like half a foot measurements. So like two hands is about a foot. Not only did he collect them, but he had them fired, but over half of them were fired when his house was set ablaze for whatever. Oh, immortalized unintentionally. I saw a good two-sentence horror story the other day. Time machine, wires fried, stuck in the past. Luckily, met a friendly copper merchant. Apparently, the first recorded joke is a fart joke. Wait, this sounds familiar. I might know this. It was like Greek or something like that. I love things like this. I love when humans are just being silly. I didn't know I needed that. I'd die of random cuteness if you showed us that. Damn, I need to measure this. Son, here's my tootsies. Honestly, someone goes up to me and goes like, how long do you think this is? I will literally just like start putting my hands across, going, yeah, about this much, and I'm not off. Because, what is it? I think from about my inner arm, my inner elbow, what do you call that? The inner part of my elbow to the bottom of my wrist is about 9 inches. So from like not wrist, my inner elbow to my fingertip, probably if I added like an extra inch for a cubit, right? How long is a cubit for me? Like 6, like just under 18 inches, like 16 inches for me. I've got a 16 to 18 inch cubit forearm, but like not including my elbow. I was measuring from like where my arm bends into my other arm. Son, is my face big? Totally not trying to bamboozle you into smushing my cheeks. And then I just come up to you and I smack my hand straight into your face. I thought the first actual writing was the first order of grain and beer as work payment for Egyptian dock workers. I don't know. I'm not a history buff. I'm just kind of like extrapolating from what little things I know from this and that. Some of the earliest cave writing was just, this is really high. Sumerian, all told. Sumerian. Isn't that what they call the people in Genshin? Hold on. Aren't they calling the characters from the desert of Sumeru Sumerians? Am I wrong? It wouldn't shock me. Wait, hang on, son. What did you just say? Fold your arm into your other arm? Like the part of contact where my bicep touches my forearm. That's not my elbow. It's like the part that folds in. What do you call that? My inner arm? Inner elbow? The point that bends. If you, like, hold your arm at a 90-degree angle, what is the inner 90-degree? This is a combo math history thing. Since there's also a math problem on the tablet, the math was the payment portion. Ah, the first math ever. At what point did they start writing down math? At what point where they were just like, hey, we need to like start writing down math instead of just using these rocks to mark down math. The crook of my elbow, the crook of my arm. Okay, yeah, that's the word. The anticubal fossa, elbow fat. Pythagoras and his cult probably had something to do with it. Pythagoras. It's those damn philosophers and their math. Homie thought geometry was God. Math was pioneered from Comish, most likely. Was there never a point where, like, some caveman had to go, how many mammoths do I draw on this wall? Did cavemen not have to count? These are the real questions. I think the reason many money records started being written down was because of ancient Karens. The people who were leaving that copper merchant complaints. They needed receipts. There's some theories about those paintings being an early record of hunting information. Like, basic math doesn't include 0, because why would you have a number for nothing? What if you wanted extra meat, but all of the hunt from your village was eaten up, and you had to go, well, there's no more for me. Like, what to hunt in what season? I'm so curious about these kinds of things. I also don't care. It's not relevant to me how I know if cavemen kept track of their hunts. But I would like to know, in this moment. Also, the paintings were incredibly detailed. Who was the first caveman? Who went, well, I'm not busy doing anything, so look, I can draw a stick man, a stick caveman. It's fascinating, as long as I don't have to do work about it, right? I love learning things that are just kind of like in the moment, like, I would like to learn this. That's the neurodivergent speaking. Oh, ah! Ah, Doodling! Thank you so much for the bits. Get these off me. Get these off me. Thank you for the biddies. You got the little Maxwell emote. Alert. Sorry for the mess. No, it's okay. They get cleaned up eventually. Thank you for investing in the fox stocks. How are you, Spodwinkle? They used to Unga. They used the Unga to determine the Uau. Went out and stuck a shark stick to a deer. I would like to be a gatherer. I'm really good at differentiating colors, and I would do our best to make sure we don't get poisoned. Fighting a headache, I'll be vibing around. I feel that. Oh my god. My toothache is kind of giving me like a slight headache. I hope you... So I definitely hope you feel better. Hydrate. I wasn't sure if it's because like, also my really hecked up sleep schedule because of what I had to do for the past few days, too, of, like, why I was getting up early. First day, I had to go to a, like, a workshop thing at 7 in the morning, and it was horrible, but they had free yogurt. And then a videographer passed by of the event as I was spooning down this really tasty yogurt. And I said to the people who I was with, I'm gonna leave and never come back. If they post me spooning yogurt into my mouth on the website. My favorite flavor, free. I got appy juice and yogurt. And here's the thing. I can only describe the yogurt as the type of yogurt you would get, like the candy bits in. Have you ever had, like, the yogurt where you could put M&Ms or Reese's Pieces and it's, like, in the lid? It was that kind of yogurt. It was really good. I wish I could have gotten more of it. But immediately after the workshop is when my back molar got split open and I was in pain for the rest of the 2 days. So I also didn't eat anything after that. I had yogurt and, well, I had lunch. It was after lunch that I recoiled in pain. Then I had to call the dentist. And then I got up early to go to the dentist in the morning. My molar hatched, but nothing came out inside. I mean, if something cool would at least come out of the hatch. The yogurt didn't do it. The yogurt was just something that I happened to do during the day. Congratulations, it's pain. You know, yeah, that is what hatched out of it. It contained pain. Does anyone have a spare 100 biddies? What do you mean test a couple redeems? My molar hatched as well. All that came out was pain. Oh, same. I have to wait for my insurance to give my new dentist the okay to take out 2 teeth. Which may be anywhere from a week to a month before these teeth come out. Also, if anyone had saw on Twitter that I was talking about how I, one, I learned that I could drink bubble tea without chewing the boba. Granted, these were, like, smaller boba than usual, but I discovered that this is a talent that I have. Don't do it. It doesn't feel good. It just sits in your stomach. 2, I had to take painkillers. So the boba was because I was already out, and just before we got boba, that's when my tooth started hurting. And so my friend got the boba order as I finished making the call to the dentist and made the appointment, and I said, I already paid for this boba. I'm gonna drink it one way or the other. So I drank it without chewing a thing. Don't do that. It's not good. And I've only taken, well, I guess I took my second and third ever painkiller in the same day. I'm not sure how often you're supposed to take them, but I've only taken them once before. At least, like, unprompted from a doctor. I just got here, but let me guess. Wisdom teeth. Yes and no. So this is an existing tooth that I have that has split open because of a new wisdom tooth that's growing in. I already had 4 wisdom teeth taken out, and my dentist failed to tell me that I had a 5th that's growing in right now. My old dentist, that is. My new dentist was like, yeah, that's a wisdom tooth. And I had to tell them, all 4 of my wisdom teeth have already been removed. What do you mean, a new wisdom tooth? A new challenger has appeared. So I'm doing my best. I'm staying strong. I got painkillers. It's not as bad today. Luckily, I'm also using today to test out how talking affects it. And it's really not as bad. Eating, sort of have to see how it goes. Because I kind of do this involuntary, like, tongue motion in my mouth that kind of suctions the chunk of my tooth that's missing. Body really said more teeth. I was actually meant to be a shark in this life. I really like sharks. My body said, oh, actually, you're just gonna be a little fox boy. And I said, but what about all these teeth? What am I gonna do with it? I've been there, stick to bananas and chalky milk. Ah, I could do with bananas. The boba was chalky milk, so I already have that down. I'm sorry, I missed this really big one from Visk. That reminds me of my favorite thing to tell people when they ask me medical questions I'm not even close to being qualified to answer. Why is your hand shaking? Oh, that just means... That just means your skeleton is ready to hatch. Tell your tongue no. Time to become a shark VTuber. I have a design. I have a design somewhere for a shark VTuber. That should be a day. I do like sharks a lot. They're... One of my favorite Pokemons is Shark. I like shark designs. I think lemon sharks are fun. I could do it. I could become a lemon shark VTuber. I would keep my color scheme, that means. Let me... This... I'm just gonna go, hey, don't do that. Is there a shark Pokemon other than Sharpedo? Is there? I was just gonna say that it was Sharpedo, but in my head, I also went, I don't know if there's other shark Pokemon. Their pants are light gray. Did it again. Sharks are cool. I feel like they should do it multiple times, right? There's not as many... Oh, there's a... There's a land shark. There's a land shark. The airplane one. What does Gabite turn into? Lemon shark, like an actual lemon? No, lemon sharks are a creature. They're a real shark. Garchomp! Garchomp's a shark, kind of, right? It's an airplane shark. I want the new Momotaro Pokemon so bad. It's shark shaped. Give me the cute Momotaro Pokemon. Ghost Dragon is kind of like a... Oh, that's right! The one that you launch. That's kind of like a hammerheady shark, yeah. I started playing Pokemon Scarlet today because I caught 2 Vigoroth because for some reason I couldn't find any Slackoth. I need to get back into that too. There's so many games. There are so many video games in this world. I did my tax write-offs, so I had to put so many video games on there. I'm like, did I really buy all these games in the past year? I surprised myself with how many games I bought and also didn't play, but I could still write it off as a tax thing. I can write off games for taxes because if I bought them with the intention of using it for business, my business is being a Twitch streamer, I can say that it was a business expense. I recently got the Kirby remake that just came out. I have to finish Persona 3 and Dragon Quest. I already said it on a different stream. I am very notorious for starting streams on games on stream and never finishing them, and I have no plans to fix that anytime soon. But if I'm ever bored, I know I have my variety of options. Maybe one day I'll have like some sort of incentive in which you guys can make me finish a game that I never finished on stream. see if I can do like this. I'm also still playing Final Fantasy XIV. Just like I've heard about people who mention their job in a conversation during lunch, just to be able to write it off. I guess so. Sir, why is this on your tax form? Son, what do you mean? Sir, being a, quote, floofy booper isn't a tax expense. There's a handful of things that you can write off, as long as it's within reason. Anything that you buy to upgrade your stream, if you work from home and you own your house, if you're the primary payer of your house, you can consider your, desk space, your home office, as an expense. Anything you buy for your desk space. Anything, if you're a face streamer, anything you buy for even your background could be considered for your work, for your business. Oh, I'm just doing the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, thingy, thingy. Thoughts on Final Fantasy 16, son? I really haven't seen too much into it, so I could not give a solid opinion. But I do like, who the fans are dubbing Meteor 2. I like him. He's very scrungly. I should look more into it, though, because I am genuinely interested in it. I just haven't given myself the time to look more into it. I want to know why it's 18, or it's like mature rating, right? I want to know why it's a mature rating. Games in general aren't exemptable if you're a game reviewer. Can be, but it isn't a given. It's because it is the content that I'm using for stream that I can exempt them. I mean, if I can't exempt them, then the IRS just says, no, alas, you cannot. You'll be happy to know that Sony had a state of play today, and they had new stuff for 16. Oh. I did see the new Tears of the Kingdom. Did you guys see Hydrated Ganon? He's real. He looks like Gary. I'm calling him Garydorf from now on. I'm so excited. The game is so close. Hi, son. Interesting character. Hi, Tony Peppermint. This is my troll, Sona. Happy 413. Gamer Ganon Gary. I have to screenshot that and send that in. Hold on. That's where that goes. Let me change the color of the background. There we go. That's me. What are like the backgrounds? Hold on. Oh no, that was one. Hold on, go back. It was just kind of their background. There wasn't anything like... was mostly a chat bubble behind them. There's a joke here about someone else being Link and Zelda, but for the life of me, I can't think of it. Huh. There's a lot that I want to know about. There's, like, they keep swapping back and forth between, like, Link's outfits. And I wonder if there's time travel involved. Because I don't know if they confirmed or not or anywhere, but I think that the game probably takes place a couple years after Breath of the Wild. Because there's a couple characters that I see that are, one, recurring, and two, older versions of kid characters that we've seen in Breath of the Wild. So I just have to make that assumption, you know? Any other details I can add to this? Gonna be the first time. We got... That's right, there is, like, alternate timeline and time travel in other games. Let's, like, make a quick background for this fella. Oops. Give her the oatmeal. My default assumption is that the answer to is time travel involved somehow is always yes. I got to a point where I just take each game at face value. I don't have any, like, I don't know how to word. Excuse me. That was a weird hiccup. I don't know how to word it. But there's nothing about Breath of the Wild that would make me go, oh, like, I wasn't expecting this out of the game. I don't like it anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. That kind of thing. But I love seeing the theories that are coming up about the game, because this is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. It takes place in the same world, and it has, like, a lot of implications of really interesting lore, and I just want to see it. I'll have to remember what I wanted in a future stream. I've got things that need doing. You do the things you need. I also need to change the color of the horns a little bit. Oh. I'm looking at reference, and they're a lot more vibrant than what I colored them to be. Oops. I had seen the trailer, but Gabi's thirst tweet had me hype. I cannot wait. Got Sun. Sun. Just the mischievous little guy. He types in some kind of annoying way, I'm sure. Something to kind of imply a background. That took longer than it should have, probably. But I did chat a lot, so, you know, that's okay. We definitely didn't get sidetracked by, eggs or anything like that. Did you guys have a good stream? Terrier Terror, hello. Thank you for coming by to chill. Welcome, welcome. I think we're, good to start wrapping up soon. I have snacks to eat and hopefully not perish, because they get stuck in my teeth. I also have manga to read. The clan bit gotta be a highlight. God, you learned the new lore, the secret lore. My favorite lore, honestly. I didn't tweet that I was live. I had the tweet up and I didn't tweet that I was live. I didn't tweet! Damn it. Well, that's discarded forever. That's fine. We don't talk about it. We don't discuss it. It's okay. It's okay. I definitely don't.
For the wonderful, relaxing time felt a little uncomfy, but I'm doing very happy now, son Jummy Shark.
Aw. Well, I thank you for coming by, Curl. I always appreciate it whenever anyone comes in and they say, well, I'm just here to vibe and chill out, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys for coming in. Let's see who I could say hi to. Not intuitively knowing when streamers are streaming sounds like some bronze rank shit. At the very least, my stream alerts, not stream alerts, my Mix It Up changes my Twitter name to say that I'm live. So I have that at least. I feel silly for not making a happy 413 post though. Alright, what do we want for our raid message? I think I know who we're gonna see. Next arc gonna be Garydorf? That'd be so funny. Now I wanna draw the goofballs in each of like a different Zelda game style. And I will put myself in Link's little Wind Waker pajamas. Because if I'm not in Wind Waker style, what else would I be? Did you lay this egg? Okay, so we're gonna say hi to Steez. And we're gonna ask him if he laid his egg. So, you know, I like this one. So let's say hi. Unpin after the stream end. We're gonna say hi to Steez. We're gonna say, did you lay this egg, Steez? Did you lay this egg? Very important questions. He's doing some game dev right now. He's working on like enemy programming, I think. So thank you guys so much for chilling out with me. We're gonna go bother Steez because I think that's very funny. And I appreciate you guys very, very much. I love you guys. Egg. Or just type egg, you know? Whatever goes good. But greet the raid. I love you guys so much. I'll see you. Let's see if I am up for it tomorrow. I'm so busy because I missed the 2 days of work. So I will see if I can. Ty! Hi, Ty. We're actually just raiding out. Elsef, thank you for coming in. We're raiding out right now. But I hope you guys have a happy Homestuck day. Happy 413. We're gonna ask Steve if he laid this egg. I will see you guys maybe next week. I have so much work to catch up on. I love you guys so much. Bye.